Welcome back to Sunday Live.
That's right. And look, if you just watch the first part of that Lessons from Kigali, we're not doing it to scare you. We're not doing it to, showcase anything.
Not at all.
We're showing you facts as they are.
It's a sober message.
It's a sober message. Hopefully someone is listening. And that was just the outside, 7.5 acres that occupies the Kigali Genocide Memorial. 250,000 remains and counting. We want to now take you inside the Kigali Genocide Memorial. You can put names to faces. Take a look.
It is a short walk down a dark alley and an equally dark staircase and into what many here call the belly of the beast, inside the Kigali Genocide Memorial. The first thing that hits you are the pictures. Pictures of death everywhere. Pictures taken by bystanders. Pictures taken by journalists who were working there at the time. Pictures taken by family members. Pictures that speak 1,000 words. Now, a walk through this genocide memorial here in Kigali is like walking into hell. The scenes that took place some 26 years ago, they come back to haunt you. They're as eye-popping as they are blood-curdling. It's incredible, the amount of savagery and hatred and loss of life. And you can see that in the pictures. They're here for everyone to see. People killed in churches, people killed in homes, people killed in the streets, people killed everywhere. That's what happened 26 years ago. And Rwandans are saying, we're never going to forget this. They're telling everyone across the planet, we will not forget because of what happened here some 26 years ago. It is death on a scale unseen anywhere in the last quarter century. The Hutu militiamen, or the Interahamwe, those who hunt and kill together, seemed determined to wipe out the entire Tutsi population in record speed, slaughtering an average of 10,000 mostly Tutsis and moderate Hutus a day for 100 days. How else can one explain the cruel murders and senseless killings that took place in churches? That's right, churches, which are meant to be places of worship in regular times and places of refuge in times of crisis. Instead, here, the churches became the abattoirs, where the Tutsis were the lambs being led to slaughter by the Hutus.
It's not just the victims' bones that remind us of what happened here. There are other personal possessions.
I remember walking into several churches across the country 16 years ago and was numb with shock at what I saw. The decomposed remains of victims everywhere. Their clothes, shoes, personal belongings scattered along with their bones. And the skulls. Who can forget the skulls? In some churches, skulls were piled one on top of the other, the same way one would pile a stack of books on a shelf. Here's a gentle reminder. Inside these glass casings, this is not a movie. This is the real thing. These are the real skulls of people who were killed 26 years ago. The bullet holes, you can see them, the machete cuts, the axe cuts, the crude weapons. These are real skulls. And look at these, most of these are babies, young people. And look at this, the bones, and the limbs, the remains of them all strewn here. These are the only ones here in the Genocide Memorial. And there's more inside the tombs and the vaults and the mass graves. This is what happens when a country turns on itself. And you may wonder, how could this happen? Well, it starts with an insult here, a word of mouth there, a phone call here, a radio broadcast there. And this is the result. And here are where some of the clothes retrieved from the churches and schools and streets have ended up. just in case someone recognizes a piece of clothing worn by a relative who disappeared and has never showed up 26 years later. The chances are they were killed and dumped and forgotten, and the only memory is the clothes they wore.
Hello, sir.
Dion, you okay?
I'm fine. This is Akbar.
Akbar.
This is one of our team.
Diodon Nagiri Wubuntu, or just simply Dion, is one of the genocide's miracle stories. His entire family was wiped out by the Interahamwe. He survived, and in a bittersweet twist of irony, ended up as a tour guide or visitors relations officer here at the Kigali Genocide Memorial. Dion explains the word Kwibuka, which is displayed everywhere here and updated every year. This is year 26. Kwibuka literally means never forget. And Dion is determined to tell anyone and everyone who visits this place that they should never forget what happened here.
After the visit, everyone goes with a message of hope, message of building peace, and yes, message of building humanity in our communities.
Dion is an everyday reminder that his fellow countrymen almost exterminated an entire future generation.
There's an entire section of this genocide memorial dedicated to the youngest victims of the genocide. It's called Tomorrow Lost, and it features infants as young as Chanel here, and it gives you all the details. Her name, Nadia Chanel Ruterana Kanyange. Age 8, favorite sport, jogging with her father, favorite sweets, chocolate, favorite drink, milk, favorite song, My Native Land Which God Chose for Me, cause of death, hacked by machete, 8 years old. And here's Fidel Ingabire, aged 9 years old, favorite sport, football, favorite food, chips, enjoy TV in the company of other children, cause of death, shot in the head. And the pictures go around and around and around this room. The youngest victims of the genocide, who today would have been in their 30s. Just in case you think this is make-believe, listen to the testimony of these young victims, like 7-year-old Uwayisenga. Listen to what she said. A militiaman came up to kill me. I was astonished because he was a friend. He used to come to our house every day. He farmed my father's field and he received a salary. My mother gave him food. We used to play with him and he was like a brother to us, even though we were not from the same family. She goes on to say, I asked him why he wanted to kill me when I had done nothing to hurt him. I begged him to take pity on him. He just said nothing, but just hit me on the head with a machete. He had bits of wood in his hand, which he stuck into my face. When he thought I was dead, he left. Listen to the words of a 7-year-old. Are you listening? Are you listening? Are you listening?
We are here to educate the world. So we say, let's build humanity. We need to promote positive values to never experience the same experience as we did. So the world need to live peacefully.
This is what happens when a nation implodes and turns on itself. All it takes is a spark to light up an already simmering fire. An insult here, a word of mouth there, a phone call here, a radio broadcast there. And by the time it gets to this, it is already too late to stop the madness. The question is, on which side of history do you want to be on if the madness begins, or when the madness begins? Jeff Koinange, Citizen Television, Kigali,
None of that would have been possible without folks like Gregory Juma, Monica Kirago, Henry
Excellent
Owiro.
work.
Unbelievable stuff.
Excellent work.
I'm still.
It's always difficult kind of going back to the dark past.
Yeah.
But at times you need to.
Yes, in order to move forward.
Absolutely.
It's a story that has to be told and retold and retold.
Lest we forget.
Thank you.